Hello and welcome. Hey, are you aware of the new outrage from people that say that the game Sons of the Forest is no longer playable because developers made it so that containers no longer respawn on load, and you're afraid you're going to run out of ammunition or, for example, sodas or even meals? Well, don't worry, it still works. It's just very cumbersome because you have to do it next to the bullets. So let's check. I have now 32 bullets. This is a new. This is a new save. This is actually day one. I went and collected a hang glider and arrived to the point where you get the pistol over there. The GPS trackers no longer respawn either, so you now only have 3 or 2 if you give one to Virginia. But this still works. You just save and then you log out from the game and then you reload the save like so, and anything and everything that spawns on the ground or on a shelf that is not on a container is going to respawn. So you can restock your crossbow bolts, your carbon fiber arrows, the circuit boards, the C4, the flares. There are places where there's duct tape and cloth, energy bars on the floor, vodka bottles and whatnot, ramen noodles. Where the machete spawns, you have 3 rolls, and you have an outdoors tent where you can save the game, and next to those tents there are 3 duct tapes and 2 ramen noodles, and I think there's also a soda can or an energy bar, so you can still restock. Like if I keep doing this, okay, you just have to save again and quit the game. Then reload, and you're going to get everything again, unless it is inside of a container. If it's inside of a container, then tough luck. So you have to go look. There are places throughout the island where you can restock on most of this stuff. Like I'm already full, so let's eat this. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. There it is, full, and we save. And then we go out, and then we go in again. And the stuff on the ground is going to respawn. Is it a hassle? It is. But you can still restock a lot of this stuff. I seem to remember, I don't remember if it's in maintenance B or maintenance C. There's a box of shotgun shells. Like so. There's medicine. So now I have 42 ammo and 8 energy drinks. So anyways, if you have been playing, you can start a new save, and if you crash on the beach, then to your right side it's going to be the binoculars, like so. And on top of that risk, there's going to be one hang glider, and you can use that to reach the machete. And then from the machete, you come over here. You have to return all the way, and you land here. You go get the pistol. You come get your bullets in the handgun rail, and stop whenever you feel like it. Like stop at 90 ammo, just to make it somewhat challenging. If that's what you're afraid of, that this is going to be very, very challenging. And afterwards, you're just gonna have to save the location. You're going to have to keep track. So yeah, it's gonna have to be manually. You're going to have to return here and restock. It's not the only place. It's the place that it's available at the start of the game. You can do all of this in around 20 minutes, and then you can start farming the ammunition for the handgun. And just stop. And then you go get the breather, and you're going to also get the zip line gun. And afterwards, you're going to get the shovel, and that's almost half the game. And you will be able to do that with ammo to spare, because, well, if you're a good shot, headshots on the normal mutants, on the base mutants, is just one shot to the head, and it's like 5 shots for one of the finger dudes. So you don't really need tons of ammo. And once you get the shovel, you can get the shotgun, and you can start saving ammo for the shotgun from before, and then you can clear the game. And whenever you feel like it, like you feel like that you need ammunition again, you just return to these places where there's stuff in the ground, and you're going to be able to restock. And at least the shells and the handgun, you can get from the pouches that the cannibals drop. So go hunting for cannibals. Go crazy one day. Go crazy, clear the island, grab, I don't know, 10, 15 pouches, see how much you get from those. And my man, it's not a problem. Now, the survival aspect of the game just got on par with similar games. Because, yeah, this is tiresome. Doing this is very, very tiresome. It's very time consuming in real time, in real life. Like to get 90 or 100 ammunition for the handgun or the shotgun is going to take you at least 1 hour or 2 hours, depending on where the spawn is. Now, this one is easy because you can set the save point next to the ammunition, and you can just do it over and over again. But some of the shotgun ammo places, you cannot do this. You have to put down the tent. For example, there's in the new cave where you now get the golden armor, there is at least 2 shotgun shells boxes. And you have to defeat the boss first to be able to save the game. And the boss won't respawn, thankfully. But you have to travel, and you have to reach inside of the cave. You have to spend ammunition. You have to perform at least 6 kills before you are able to farm shotgun shells. But it's there. It can be done. You just have to choose whether or not you give Virginia the shotgun before you get the golden armor. Like in this new version of the game, because we can call it a new version of the game, you will have to finish the game and then start working with your relationship with Virginia. Because the shotgun is inside a coffin, and you have to break the coffin to get the shotgun. So you save, and after you get the shotgun, it's not going to be there anymore. So if you give it to Virginia, you have to go look for Virginia, take the shotgun from her, and then go inside the cave and maybe farm the shotgun shells. But it's doable. So please stop whining, and maybe they will fix this too in the future. And preparing for the next update, I don't know. Start a base, go to your base and stock. If you don't feel like fiddling around with the game files, you can do this manually with the save files. Just get one of each container, one of each bullet, so the content is there in the save, and then modify it and give you yourself I don't know 10,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 ammunition for each of the guns, and stop whining, because it's very tiresome that the game came out and it was very enjoyable the first 2 weeks. Yeah, there were things that were missing. There are still things that are missing, and they're going to add them with each update. Like, you wanted a cave system that went from side to side to the island, we got the first. There are many caves left that currently don't connect to anywhere else on the island, and they probably will. They will probably expand the caves that you get the rebreather on, for example, or the zip line or the shovel. Because we have to get to one of the bunkers that is not yet available. So there's that bunker missing too. You had to know, because it's impossible that you didn't know that if you buy an early access game, and let me tell you, I played the Forest, the original Forest, when it came out on early access, and it was a very bad game. It was severely incomplete. It was atmospheric and things like that, but it was lacking a lot of stuff. It didn't actually have a storyline at the beginning. We're starting this chapter 2, Sons of the Forest 2, if you want to call it that way. It started with a storyline. We now have a final boss, and they're gonna tweak that boss. And they're gonna keep adding mini bosses or bosses throughout the storyline. You know? And they're going to make the trees regrow, and maybe they will give us, like they did in Valheim, because it's the same engine, it's just a different implementation. With the shovel, that maybe we'll have to dig a hole and put a seed for a tree, and we're going to be able, maybe, perhaps, we're going to be able to shape the forest that we have on the island. So yeah, today, maybe, it's cumbersome. It ruins the landscape. When you build a big enough project, you have to deforest basically large swaths of terrain, and it looks ugly. I know that it bothers me. I keep a safe. So I'm ranting, and the game doesn't stop for me to be able to rant. But for example, who cares if they come? Hi guy, bye guy. Uh, and this is the thing. This is no longer a problem. Like, if I feel like it, I can just reload my previous save and just keep stocking ammo. And because this was the complaint. Oh, the game with modern guns is way too easy, and now it's, oh no, now I have to be crafting stone arrows all the time, and I have to use the spears, and there's not enough traps. And what am I going to do with rope? Well, wait for the video. There are places where you can go where you can get rope. Rope for days, dudes. Ropes for days and everything. And you know what? The places where you can now get hand grenades, those are hotspots now. And wherever you find a block of C4 just laying on the ground, that place is now your hotspot. There are places where all the ingredients, all the materials for the C4 bombs are there lying on the ground. So excuse me if I sound too harsh, but please stop whining. Because maybe the devs did this trying to make it, oh, okay, so the game is too easy now, well, let's make it a bit more difficult. Like, what would you have preferred? To be able to farm the containers non-stop? Because this is in the original Forest too. It worked that way. It worked in the exact same way. They made that the containers weren't respawnable, and at the end they made it so that you have to wait a couple of days in game for the contents to respawn. That's where we're gonna end up again. But what would you have preferred? To be able to farm the containers and the game even on hardcore mode? It's very easy because you can just keep farming ammunition and you just stock or you modify your game file and you just give you infinite ammo shells, shotgun shells for the bookshot. And then it doesn't matter if it's 3 or 300 cannibals, you're just going to mow them down. So, hey, do you want to whine? Because it really depends on what we do. You just have to contact the developer in an educated way, in a direct way, in a very concise manner, and explain to them why making the containers non-respawnable was a bad idea and what could be done. Because you know what? If they made them respawnable, I have seen this proposition, make it so nothing respawns, but each box of ammo has 40 ammo. So you only get like, I don't know, 100 boxes around the island. Remove the randomness inside the containers and make it so that the yellow ones are always food, the orange ones are always healing materials, and the blue ones are craftable items. And make it so that the boxes, the briefcases, if they are black, they are always explosives. And if they are red, it's always bullets. And give us a lot of ammo. If you're going to give just once, give us lots of ammo. Would you prefer that? Or would you prefer to be able to keep farming even if it's inconvenient and it's a hassle because I need to be here to farm my handgun ammo? And then I have to go look for a place where there's a hand grenade on the floor, set a tent next to the grenade, pick up the grenade, save the game, get out of the game, reload the game, pick up the grenade, save the game, exit the game, get inside the game again, and pick up the grenade. And you can carry a lot of grenades. And then when you fill up your quota inside of your grab bag, then you have to travel, you save the game, you travel to your base, you put all the ammo on a shelf, and then you return to the place where the ammo spawns. It's very inconvenient, but it's doable. And you know what? At a certain point, it's even entertaining. Like, I could have, if I set my mind to it, I could have a base with 10,000 handgun ammo and 10,000 shotgun shells on day 4. Like, I will bring up the GPS and it's going to read day 4 and I'm gonna have a base that uses the whole beach. Now, you know what's a better idea? Make the containers respawnable but carryable. Like, hey, Kelvin, grab this and let's go back to base. and then stock everything inside your base so you don't have to travel. You're going to have to travel once to get each and every container on the surface, because Kelvin cannot keep you company inside of a cave or inside of a dungeon. So you can only pick up whatever it is scattered around the island on the surface. Maybe we could propose that. Maybe that's a better idea. Make it so that Kelvin can carry the containers and then you have to escort him back to base. And then you prepare a big room where there is every type of container. Every container on the island is going to be inside of your base, and once you run out of ammunition or stuff to craft the stuff, you just save, reload, and magically everything is there. But at least you're going to be forced to put the effort in to find everything around the island and carry it to your base. And good luck if you chose the peak of the mountain as your base, like I did. So my warehouse will have to be built somewhere in the middle of the mountain. But I digress. The point is, people, stop whining. Just enjoy the game. Look for options. Look for alternatives. Adapt and overcome. And you're going to be having a lot more fun. Like, I'm gonna do this run. Once I top the ammunition for the handgun, I'm gonna do this run. And I'm gonna breeze through. It's gonna take me like 2 or 3 hours, I guess. You could do the same. Even if you spawned on the mountain. There are 4 hang gliders on the mountain. And you can, in fact, from the spawning point in the mountain, you have a better access to the rest of the island. You just go get the nearest hang glider and drop down over here to get a pistol, max out your ammunition, grab your hang glider, and fly up to the mountain again. And get the rest of the hang gliders, and then go get the rebreather and start the game with 100 ammunition on your handgun. Trust me, you're gonna have fun. So, this was Susanan. Peace out and see you around next time.